Hey, Piano Tech Support here. Before we start this video, I would like to thank everyone for your extended support, and I love this community. And please, if you can leave a comment, it really helps me out. It boosts the algorithm and more people can enjoy my videos. So please leave a comment and a like. Thank you and enjoy the video. Piano Tech Support here. Today I'll be talking about piano competitions. Should you attend a competition or not? This is a discussion that kind of started on my Discord and I took it from there. I thought this is a great video idea. I can talk about the pros and cons of going to a competition. I will not be talking about what you actually need to do in a competition, what are the ways to to win or to advance, and what's important in a competition. That's a topic for another video. Today I want to talk about, should you even go to one? Should you sign up for a competition or not? So I will divide this video into pros and cons. I think that's the best way to tell you guys both my experience and what I think is important. And then I will give you a conclusion, and you can also reach your own conclusion through this system of pros and cons. So yeah, the good thing about this video is you can transfer it to other fields as well. It's not just about piano competitions. It's going to be applicable to any instrument competitions or competitions in general. Doesn't even have to be music, can be from other fields as well. I think this is it's all kind of the same, but of course I have the experience in piano competitions and you guys are pianists, so we will talk about piano competitions. Okay, first let's look at the pros of going to a piano competition. What's the things that's going to help you? What do you gain out of it? Okay, first there is the experience. I think the experience gained from a competition is one of the best things. Experience involves many things. For example, meeting new people, meeting people that are from the same kind of level as you are. Maybe they're a higher level or lower level, but you really can meet people that are like-minded and that share the same passion and share probably the same kind of skill. So this is the first thing that's great about competitions, is that you meet a lot of people that pursue the same goal as you. It doesn't matter if you're in an amateur competition or like a semi-professional or professional competition even. You will meet people that are doing the same thing as you and have the same goal, and you can see what these people are like, and you can make great friendships too. Competitions don't always have to be like a fight between each other. Actually, I've met some very nice people in competitions, and this is it's at the end of the day, you don't really fight against each other anyways. I mean, it doesn't work like that. So making new connections with people that are like-minded is a first great pro of going to a competition. Then you get the experience of a new situation and probably a new, playing at a new venue with a new instrument. So if you go to a competition, it will probably be somewhere in a concert hall, or can be also in a small hall or a small theater. Whatever it is, it will probably have somewhat decent acoustics. From what I can see, even with amateur competitions, they have now quite decent pianos, decent acoustics. So it doesn't really matter where you go, you will have some kind of standard for a competition, in the sense that the instruments will be nice, mostly nice, and the acoustics will be okay at least, and the concert hall or venue or whatever it is a great new experience for you, because you probably don't always get to play in these places. Then, of course, there is the new situation overall, that you're in a competition. That might be your first time ever playing in a competition, and you're gonna experience this new kind of lifestyle, the competition lifestyle, which I'll get into in a bit. Then what's also important is dealing with the pressure. So a competition is stress, a competition is pressure. At the end of the day, you can't escape that. So dealing with this pressure, in my opinion, is a positive thing. You learn to deal with the pressure. Of course, if it's your first time ever on stage, you're gonna be nervous as heck. You're going to be a wreck. But after 5 to 10 times, it gets way better. So this is something that I take as a positive. Working on the pressure and the stress and the stage fright and all these other things is done really nicely in a competition, because it's just a insane amount of pressure that you're gonna feel if you take the competition any seriously, of course. Speaking of new venue and new concert hall, of course you might also be in a completely different city and or country. So competitions are not always in your city, especially if you live in a small town. It might just not be in your area. You might have to travel to a competition, and that's a good thing because you get to experience something new. Maybe you go to a country where you have never been. I know I have. I went to countries just for competitions, and I would not have gone there otherwise, probably. And this is great. So you get to experience something new, new culture, maybe new people, and it's almost like going somewhere to travel, like almost like a vacation. Of course, you can't really enjoy it because you're gonna be busy with other things, but still, it's a trip, and you go somewhere else and you get to experience something new. So this is also a positive for competitions. Then there is getting to know new professors and the jury. This is insanely important about competitions. I will make a separate video about how competitions work, but mainly if you know, the more people you know in there, the more professors you know, the more of the jury you know, the better your chances are, basically. And going to a competition and getting to know the people that run the competition, getting to know the people behind is insanely important, and also a good thing, because you can ask them for feedback, you can ask them for their advice. What did they think about your playing? Why did they think you didn't deserve to go to the next round? It's great to get this feedback, and it's almost like a free lesson out at the end of the day, because you play and then they give you a feedback for free. I mean, you can just go and ask, unless they're really unfriendly, but not in my experience. In my experience, you can always go and ask one of the jury members after the round is over, or after the competition is over. You just go and ask, hey, what did you think about this? And then they give you feedback. Most of the time, actually, they give you quite a lot of feedback. That is, they can go into details and everything. So that's also a positive of getting to know the people that run it. Another positive thing, in my opinion, is getting to live the competition lifestyle, so to say. So I don't know about you guys, but I really like this whole situation with being somewhere in a different country with loads of other pianists that you can hear practicing in the practice rooms, and it's just pure piano focus, and everyone is pursuing the same things, everyone's practicing hard, and this is, for me, living the competition lifestyle, which of course can be tiring and stressful, but still it is a nice experience. So that's also what I would put on the pros list. Then we have two more things which are not which should not be regarded as your main goal, I would say, and those are potentially winning or becoming, getting a prize, and potentially it can help your career, advance your career, whatever. Now, why I'm saying potentially is because that should not be your focus. Statistically, you're not actually going to win everything you're going to take part in. It doesn't really matter how great you are. Unfortunately, competitions are about many, many other things. So don't take it so, you should not take it so personally. if you're not gonna win. And that's why I would not say that winning should be your focus, because you're just gonna be more disappointed. You're realistically speaking, you're not gonna win everything you take part in. You, of course, you expect to win sometime, but you're not just gonna go there and win and then do the next one and win and go to the next one and win. That might have worked for like a couple of people in the whole history, but even if you think about top pianists, like world class pianists, like if you think about someone like Trifonov, he didn't go everywhere and just win. So, of course, he was mostly let's say, a prize winner, but not necessarily the winner. And this is and he's a world elite example. So, if you look at other pianists that are like one category, let's say, not lower than that, but less famous, they don't necessarily go everywhere and win. And neither should you think that you go everywhere and win. So potentially winning is a pro, but it should not be like your main reason why you go there. You should go there for the experience, not for winning, honestly. And potentially advancing your career is also, yeah, that's you need to be careful with that one, because obviously it's only going to advance anything if it's a big enough competition that it can have that effect. If it's a really small competition, sure, you can put it on your CV. You can, you can tell others that you did it, and when you apply to your next competition, maybe someone knows you already. But really, unless you go to like a massive competition, world famous competition like Tchaikovsky competition, or Chopin competition, unless it's one of those big ones, it's probably not necessarily going to advance your career. So don't focus on these two, focus more on the overall experience of the competition. So these were the pros, and now let's go, of course, to the cons. So competition has pros and competition has a lot of cons too. Okay, let's start first with the financial situation. Traveling and going to competitions will cost you money. It's not cheap at all. If you think about it, if you have to travel somewhere for a competition, it means you need to book either a train or a flight. You will need to book your accommodation. You will have travel expenses because you're staying somewhere else. You need to spend your money on whatever it is that you want to do. You might not be in an apartment, you might be in a hotel, then you need to spend more money on eating outside and everything, and might have to spend money on traveling, public transport and whatnot. I'm just listing the things that are gonna, this is not, it's not cheap to do a competition, especially if it's on an international level. So, meaning you need to travel somewhere, even if it's in the same continent. For example, if you're in Europe and you are from France, let's say, and you go to a competition in Germany or whatever, there are still going to be expenses, even though you're in the same continent. Let's say it's not that far, but you will definitely pay, and it's going to be expensive. Also, of course, there are application fees for competitions, and those are normally in the double to triple digits. So those are something to keep in mind as well. Some competitions just straight up charge $100, $150, whatever it is. It's not cheap. That's what I'm saying. It's like going on a vacation. You need to stay somewhere for a vacation, book your travel expenses, etc. But at the end of the day, you don't really get to enjoy your vacation as much because you're gonna be busy with other stuff. So travel expenses and the financial situation is the first factor. Then, okay, of course, stress and failure. Okay, let's not beat around the bush here. You're gonna be in a high stress situation, and you will probably fail. I mean, that's the way it is. And this is not necessarily a con for me personally. But if you're someone who can absolutely not deal with failure, or with loss, then maybe competitions are not for you. So if you cannot handle, for example, in your school time, you can absolutely not handle failing something or getting a bad score somewhere. Of course, you should not be content with failing. Of course, you should be always trying to win everything and to succeed. But it's not, competitions. Piano competitions are just not that fair, unfortunately, and there is not a transparent system of who's gonna win and not. So you need to be okay with the fact that people might make strange decisions. The jury might not like you. They might not like your piano playing, and if you cannot deal with that, then don't even go there, because that's gonna happen, I tell you. Okay, then high preparation of repertoire. It's going to leave almost no room for you to do anything else. And what I mean by that is, when you prepare yourself for a competition, you're going to be studying and practicing the same repertoire for quite some time, and it's not going to leave you time to practice other stuff or learn new repertoire or read new repertoire. You're going to be stuck with the repertoire for a while, and in the week or weeks before it, you will also have less time to do anything else, not just on the piano, just anywhere. You will be focused on your competition, and you might practice a lot. I like to over practice in the weeks before, and then that just gives me more the feeling of being prepared. So you will not have a lot of free time to do anything else in the weeks before. So just keep that in mind, and also your repertoire will not, you will not have time to do anything new. So these are actually the main cons, I would say. It's mostly about the financial situation. It's mostly about if you can deal with failure, and if you're okay that you're not gonna be doing anything else at the piano for a while. And to go over the pros again, is the experience, meeting new people, meeting the people who run it, going to a different place, experiencing the lifestyle of what it's like to be in a competition, and then potentially winning. So you need to make your own decision here. I will tell you that for anyone who's somewhat serious about piano, you need to do competitions. I would say you need to do at least 5 or 10 before you can think about if you want to do more. And for anyone who's an amateur or intermediate, or let's say just interested, you should do one. You should do one or two, and see if you like it. See if you can handle it. Competitions can be a lot of fun. They can be a lot of stress. It really depends on the person, if the person can deal with those. All in all, I would say probably, yeah, you should do it, especially if you're somewhat serious about piano, like a semi-professional or almost professional. Then of course you need to do them. It's not even a question of if you really like to do them or not, but you probably have to do them just to get that kind of experience done. So yeah, that's my take on competitions, and I'll be doing more videos about competitions, especially what's important when you go to a competition, how to prepare for one, etc. So if you like this video, please leave a like, leave a comment, and stay notified for more videos. And if you want a review on your recording, like a mini lesson, then you can check out my Patreon. Thanks for watching. See you next time.